Stoops has gotten better each and every year from a win total perspective, and now an opportunity to snap what was the longest active losing streak against an opponent in major conference football. And what a job by this entire Kentucky program, and the winners are joined by Cole, Terry Wilson, and Benny Snell.
We're going to do them both because I don't think it would be fair to take just Benny Snell or Terry Wilson. Benny, I'm going to start with you because you've been in this program a little bit longer. Just describe to me what you're feeling right now.
Oh, my adrenaline's up. The best feeling in the world. All my brothers fought. Terry fought. The linemen fought. We did a great job, man. Yeah, I'm blessed, man. I'm happy, bro. I'm proud of you too, baby. You know what I'm saying? We did this from the ground. All the odds was against us. Tebow, I don't even want to get into that, but we got a lot of odds against us, and we shot the world, man. I'm happy.
Benny, I know it's a team effort, but I saw you coming off the field a few times in the second half. How much of that load did you want on your shoulders in the second half of this game?
You know what? Going into every game, you can put the pressure on me. Whether I need to get 2 yards, it's 10 yards, I need to get a first down, whatever. My team relies on me, and I give them my all every play.
Terry, you mentioned pressure, overcoming mistakes. You had a couple critical mistakes early in this game. It didn't seem to phase you one bit. Why was that?
Man, not at all, man. I learned from last week, and all I got to do is just, go to the next play. White piece of paper, and just forget about the bad plays, and, just stay focused on the next play. Mistakes are going to happen, but that's what I got to do is just bounce back and just make plays.
You transferred into this program, but how much did you hear about the streak in the past week?
It really wasn't a big deal to me. I just knew that we had to come here and do what we had to do. We practiced really hard as a team, and we were really hungry to get this W. And I'm so proud of these guys, man. We gave it our all out here, and we were just so ready to play, man. We were just ready.
How confident were you in the plan that Eddie Graham put together for this game?
Oh, confident. And, the thing is, I go over my plays every night. I trust in Coach Graham, and I trust in Coach Henshaw and Stoops, and, they're going to put me in the best position. I have so much trust in those guys. I love them.
Thank you. Go enjoy it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
What an incredible swing of emotion for this Kentucky program and their fans. We were in the building last year when Kentucky frittered away that lead, when Florida won it with 43 seconds to go, taking the go-ahead touchdown and putting it on the board. And the devastation, this is what the Kentucky fans looked like last year. Devastated in the stands, and when Mark Stoops said that was the best environment we've ever had at Commonwealth Stadium. And then they come here where nobody wins. And they're able to pull this off, and the pure joy from Benny Snell is a 180 from where they were last year.
Yeah, and completely different. You look at last year as a whole, they didn't know how to win games. They couldn't win the close games, lost 3 games by a combined 5 points. They were 3 wins away from having 10, and really 3 wins that they could have had. This team just learned how to win. And if they would have won last year, that season might have gone differently. Those close wins or losses might have been wins this year. This is the type of victory that can set the tone and set a mentality for your team that transcends the entire season, not just this Saturday or this week.
We don't know what the SEC East is going to look like at the end of the year. We have a feeling that Georgia's going to be there at the top, but otherwise, it should be wide open. And why not Kentucky? I think that's a fair question to ask.
Absolutely. With a quarterback as dynamic as Terry Wilson and one of the best running backs in the entire SEC in Benny Snell, you can run the football with a running back and a quarterback, and they're playing solid defense. That's a team that can beat anybody on any Saturday. But to see Terry Wilson, after turning over the ball 4 times last week, 2 early turnovers here, that's a time that he might have been looking over his shoulder and going, are they going to put Gunnar Hope back in? And that might have been a thought, but Terry Wilson came back out, took control and command of this offense, did things with his legs, with his arm. He was the X factor tonight. As good as Benny Snell was, Terry Wilson was the difference.
Here's another thing to consider. Kentucky did not play a perfect game tonight. They were far from it. In fact, there were a lot of mistakes that they still need to fix. But Benny Snell played with emotion. He carried his team throughout the entire night. He carried his team late. He finishes with 175 yards on the ground on a workmanlike 27 carries, and he is moved to emotions like he has not experienced on a football